Hello, Virgo, sun, moon, but especially rising sign. This is the forecast for April 2023, where your Lord of your sign, Mercury, is going to begin a very special journey through the sign of Taurus, giving you a super glow up over the course of almost the entirety of the month of April. You're going to feel really good, as well as you're going to have a bit of financial luck coming through on a specific, very magical day. Stay tuned for when that is. And your career and reputation is about to get a glow up. Let's get started. If you're new to my channel, my name is Lori Lothe, and I'm a whole sign house Hellenistic astrologer using the Western tropical zodiac. I love asteroids. If you stick around and like and subscribe, you'll find out a lot about the minor asteroids and how that rabbit hole will change your reality. So please subscribe and find out more in other videos about asteroid stuff, as I usually use them in other videos, but not this. This is about the planets. So in the month ahead, we're going to break it down to the most important things that happen for you based on the rulership of your sign, which is Mercury. And then we'll talk about big picture stories as well. Just know that I also do the moons and the eclipses as separate videos because I can, and I go into greater depth about those than I will do in this video, which is usually about 15, at most 20 minutes long. Let's get rolling. So Virgo, I bet you're feeling better that you've got Saturn going out of your sixth house starting March 7th behind us. Yay, you. Less health challenges, less grind at the workspace, and now some challenges or up levels in your relationship. Just want to shout you out for that one. But let's talk now instead about this month. You know, Mercury is going to make his way through Taurus, which is your ninth house of God, religion, temples, book publishing, academics and stuff. And this is going to benefit you up there. It's also patriarchal figures and third marriages. It's going to benefit you greatly because Mercury is the Lord or the planetary ruler of Virgo. So this is your guy. And when he goes through a sign like Taurus, it's going through Earth sign Taurus in what's called an Earth trine, or a 120-degree flow to your identity, to your body, to your sense of self. It's just a glow up. It's just like one big glow up. And this energy of Mercury moving through Taurus begins on April the 3rd and ends on June the 11th. And it's so long because this is Mercury's elemental earth here. And because of retrogradations in earth signs, he spends over 2 months in each of these earth signs, including your sign later in the year. So if you want to know more about that, you might want to check out my video in my 2023 big playlist, because I did a wonderful video about the elemental earth year with astrologer Gary Caton, and you can find out how this is going to benefit you. Certainly it'll make you more prosperous. So Mercury, April 3rd to June 11th. Let's go back to that. Except for the 21st of April when he retrogrades, he's in direct motion. And for the first 3 weeks in your house of academics, foreign lands and travel, book publishing, religions, patriarchal and father figures, and just plain old luck. It's a luck house. It's a Lakshmi, luck and wealth house in the Indian tradition. And you're going to have Mercury working on your behalf there. This is great for getting good grades, getting a lot of study done, succeeding with foreign land travel plans. And maybe April 3rd to June 11th, any travel that you're doing will be having to do with negotiations, communications, writing, contracts, but just could be travel because Mercury is a patron protector of travelers. So you could be going through travel during April 3rd to June 11th as he's entered into and is navigating through your ninth house. You may find, I'm not going to guarantee it, but I will suggest it's possible. You may find that when he's up here, you get lots of news from ninth house places. Like the agent calls you, the book publisher lets you know they're down, they're in, that you're going to find yourself having some success in those areas. And in fact, news, from academics, from teachers, from professors, from visa status, from everything coming through for you during that time. That's very positive, very good news stuff. And court cases, your ninth house is where the judge decrees, and Mercury is your ally up there. And so sudden positive decrees on your behalf from the judge, because Mercury is your ally. And so things will work out. Negotiations, settlements in court matters can work out for you as a Virgo. It's definitely a good time for travel to foreign lands. My friend's a Virgo rising. My friend Sylvia, she's going to be traveling all through April. Bless her soul, it's a perfect time for that. Now, when Mercury retrogrades April 21st to May 14th, and you're traveling, that could be going back to a place you've been before, or changing your mind about a trip, or something like that. Third marriages are also ninth house, and so a lot of energy going on of communicating in third marriage environments for you. There's two systems for the third marriage. I like the one in India that talks about the ninth house being the third marriage. So I don't need to be corrected on that. Okay, guys. Only the Virgos would correct me anyway, but I'm just telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I'm using the second technique, and I have good reason why I think it works better. Also, the energy here in the top of the sky is that Mercury could bring some kind of negotiations that you need to make regarding things to do with ninth house matters. Like, he's a negotiator and a deal maker. So certainly you could broker some deals to travel to lands, but also broker some deals regarding things to do with book publishing. Some of you as Virgo rising, because that's the sign of the writer, may be involved in book publishing, negotiations and deals, and things will go your way. I mean, all the way through to June 11th, but really starting this month on April 3rd. Secondly, you're going to have this Venus story going through your 10th house of career this month. And it's going to mean that you're going to have some career luck, some success, some greater visibility, maybe more positive developments surrounding reputation or favors from women looking down favorably upon you in your career space. And Venus will be there starting in the career space on April 11th through to May 7th. Before she gets there, though, she's with Mercury, right? And there's this auspicious April 3rd to April 11th time in your ninth house, where the lesser benefic Venus is with Mercury in your ninth house. And so everything I said about Mercury is extra juicy, extra lucky, extra good, and unexpected surprises too, like a surprise trip to go away, all expenses paid because of Uranus up there. So, or it's a surprise great grade, or a surprise acceptance to the university of your highest wishes, or a surprise book publishing contract, or a surprise win in court. Okay. And this most surprise is April 3rd to the April 11th. But then Venus moves on into your 10th house, and this is just a glow up through the entire month of April to May 7th in your career space. Certainly getting a promotion, a raise, getting a favor from a female or a boss or someone in a higher position. This just looks really good for that story. And with Venus in the sign of Mercury or house of Mercury, and Mercury in the sign and house of Venus, they're talking to each other between 9th and 10th house. So there's flow between, for example, say you're my friend Sylvia, who's traveling during that time. She's a real estate agent and she's having a career glow up while she's traveling. Like, she's able to succeed in her career, even though she's not local. Or my daughter is a Virgo rising. She's having great grades and she's killing it at work. She got a promotion, but it works that she gets more money, but less hours. And she still gets to go to school and be successful. So 9th house, 10th house things are yayed up, way up during the month of April. Sometimes Venus in the 10th house is a new person coming into the workspace who's a female, and you're going to really like them. So simple, right? But you're also more popular, more appealing, and more visible, more Venusian in the eyes of the world as you do your actions that we see in the 10th house. So if you're a housewife, then what are you doing that we're all noticing? If you're a house husband, if you're a student, we're noticing you and you're looking good in the world during the month of April, especially after April 11th to May 7th. When Venus first starts off in your 10th house, she's going to power up with Pluto in the house of your work routines, health, and also just kind of like the colleague, co-worker office space, your 6th house. Pluto here could mean a new manager, a new boss, a new owner, a new power force is coming into that part of your world. And that's going to be very early on during the time of the Venus transit, where she's connecting to that Pluto. This is a new story you get once a year. Pluto, Venus, Pluto, Venus, Pluto, Venus, Pluto, Venus every year between the 6th house and the 10th house. It certainly is employment, career, job, power glow up that happens over the next 20 years. So this year you'll feel it most strongly from the April 11th to about the 16th. Look for some positive work and career developments. Also, Pluto is going to power up greater health routines for you and health outcomes and transform your former health challenges, and maybe Venus is a part of it, as something to do with your work environment changing in a positive way, increases better health for you. Certainly things to do with that look so good on you, so good on you. April the 11th through to the 16th. Mars is a god of change. Sometimes he's about decisions, willpower, and action. And he's moving, and conflict, of course, and he's moving into your 11th house. Your 11th house of good spirit is a lucky house, but Mars is also a malefic, and he's in debility in the sign of Cancer. You could lose some friends. And this is like the house of your social groups and friendships. Mars is cutting away. Oh, that is not elephant. That expression, master, how do you carve a perfect elephant every time? That's the question the student asks and it's a block of jade, FYI. And the master carver says, I simply carve away all that is not elephant. So what is carved away with Mars is carving away friendships and groups of belonging that are no longer serving you. There's just something up there that's like, Mars is like, we're done here. No more of this. We, unsub from that society, that group of belonging, or that friendship group. Now, Mars is a little bit passive aggressive. He's out of dignity. He's fallen. Be careful that the cutting away isn't not, overdone. Like, if you have a fight with a friend, does it mean, you're never going to talk again? Can you calm down? Or can they calm down? Or can you calm them down? So this Mars transit is March the 25th to May the 20th. Look for the possibility of severed friendships or a severing of a relationship with an elder sibling. Do you want that? Mars goes through every 2 years and gives you a chance to do that. But you may not want that. So you can be a little more conscious of the tension there. Mars up here, though, can be a lot of drive and ambition to create greater money gains from your career and to up-level your financial gain from your career. Be careful you don't burn out, because Mars is, moon is temple of the moon. Where's your foot massage? Where's your hugs? Where's your snuggle time? Where's your self-care? And Mars is like, we have no time for self-care. We have no time for self-nurturance. We got to hustle. We got to drive. We got to do it. So there's a potential for some Virgos here, a burnout during this Mars transit that starts March 25th and doesn't end to May 20th. So be careful there. Alrighty. I can see burnout for a lot of you if you're overly ambitious in trying to do it all without any self-love, self-care, and self-nurturance. Mars can also eliminate some of the great gains from your career. Maybe you have been working too hard and you have to cut back, and that's better for your health, but Venus is glowing you up in the 10th house anyway. Like I made the example, getting less hours, but more money could be the solution that the sky is pointing to. No guarantees, but it's possible. There's so much we could talk about this month, so I'm trying to keep it pithy. Let's go into some of the timing step by step through the month, okay? April 7th to the 10th is a very busy sky, but it's all flow and glow. And that is that Mercury and Venus are both creating sextiles, which are positive. Mercury to Mars and Venus to Neptune. Mercury is moving through Taurus, where he's, as we talked about, going to be forever till June 11th. And he's going to flow in a loving look over at sextile flow to Mars. So this is a nice feeling of great gains from your career or something good coming from a friend, especially a male friend that supports you in ninth house matters, foreign lands, travel, journeys, trips to higher education, book publishing. We counted all the meanings of that already. And then Venus will sextile Neptune in your 7th house. Well, that can be very positive if it's to do with your spouse or significant other and you coming to some kind of positive. Oh, did I say? Oh, sorry. Let me repeat that. Venus. Yes, in your 9th house of traveled and foreign lands and churches and temples flowing to Neptune in your 7th house. You can meet somebody who's a dreamy soulmate because you're traveling, or you meet them in an academic setting, or you meet a dreamy soulmate in a courtroom. I mean, it could bring a new love story in. Venus in the 9th house could glow up your 3rd marriage with some dreamy love. Certainly travel is there, love from travel, but dreamy soulmatey vibe, because Venus Neptune can do that. And Neptune's in the house of significant others. If you're using YouTube and Instagram and TikTok for videography type stuff, that's Neptune in your 7th house, Virgos. And this could give you a little glow up in terms of how that plays out and makes you more visible in your life as well. I mean, Venus is doing this from the 9th house, but she will eventually trail into or pioneer into your 10th afterward. Then Jupiter goes into the heart of the sun, bringing you ka-ching, 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 chunky money on April the 11th. Look for a bit of chunky money, tax break, windfall, not windfall, but tax money, insurance payout, inheritance monies, spousal monies, shared resources, just a chunk of unearned money coming at you perhaps around April the 11th. This is the sun and Neptune. Sun and Jupiter conjunct. Sorry, I've been doing back-to-back videos today. You're my 6th in a row. The energy of the 8th house can be very occult mysteries as well. And, diving into the deeps of, I talk to dead people and stuff. And so there could be a powerful teacher, leader energy, Jupiter sun emerging on the 11th, your teacher, your person you should learn the occult mysteries from. Jupiter's invisible. almost all of April. Okay, end of March, all of April into early May. This is an exception to the rule in terms of chunky money, good things happening with money, all of that, breakthrough energy, positivity, luck. Think luck, joy, happy, prosperity vibe coming through on April 11th. Circle your calendar and tell me what happens in the comments. I really want to know, because I'll be checking that day for me. Now, it happens every year, of course, so it's not that rare, but it's important to note that it does happen. And this is where it's happening, in your 8th house, in the Aries zone of the sky. And the way it's happening, Jupiter Sun is Jupiter, it's once every 12 years that you get chunky money. I'll be doing a whole video on this from this meeting of Jupiter Sun. So it's very yummy, very yummy. It's called a kazemi. All right. Yeah, it's very gorgeous for you. Alrighty. And then moving forward, well, and I could also add to that, with Venus moving through your 10th house, this could also bring a very positive financial glow up from something that's a chunk of money from your career space. Okay. On the 11th of April. And then Venus will have a difficult conversation with Saturn on the 14th and 15th of the month, where they're going to disagree about something. So Venus at this point has moved into your career space, and Saturn is going through your marriage house. So you could be work disagreements, like your spouse doesn't want you to work so hard, or you have a disagreement about what you're supposed to do at work, or a boss is disagreeing with what you're paying attention to with a client in the wrong way. Clients is Saturn. You could have a gnarly client or disagreement from a spouse or a business partner about the glow up and the thing that's happening in your workspace. There's going to be tension in the sky in that area on the 14th and 15th of April. So you can choose to work with it. Saturn Venus is like money and love are hard, but it's coming through the spouse client section of the chart. That money and love are hard. So is it really true, or is it just a temporary glitch in your matrix? With Venus glowing up your 10th house, it shouldn't be hard. But there's Saturn kind of like stabilize things, slow it down, don't overreach maybe. And Venus is like, but I'm a diva and I'm in the 10th house and I'll do what I want. Could be an early client if you work with clients, really kind of raining on your parade. So 14th and 15th of the month of April. And then on the 23rd to the 27th of the month, there is this lovely time of also flowy, glowy stuff going on in the sky. And that's Mercury and Sun in sextile relationships. Okay. It's Mercury. Yes, Mercury still in that 9th house. Any sextiling Mars in your 11th, what that may look like is something like good news from a friend or a group of belonging or an ally or a little bit of a perk of a career gain in terms of your finances. And Mercury has been helping you from the 9th house of legal stuff and foreign stores and father figures and just money luck in general. So it's a money luck glow up for sure. And also a sense of maybe getting some help or assistance from maybe a male friend or ally in that time frame. With the sun also in Taurus, which is your 9th house, and I've delineated all the meanings for your 9th house, but the sun is in its joy here, moving through your 9th house, great for academics, great for book publishing, great for travel, great for court stuff. Any sextiling Saturn, contracts and legal agreements, finalized outcomes regarding legal matters look really good on the 23rd to the 27th. An agreement with your spouse in your 3rd marriage or agreement with a spouse regarding a travel or a trip plan. Things are starting to flow and glow around the time of the 23rd to the 27th. Now there is also at the end of the month a Mars energy sextiling Uranus. Uranus is in your 9th house of academics. I'm not going to say all the meanings again. I said it. You could have some surprise developments regarding 9th house matters in a positive way, maybe because of the involvement of a friend. This surprise could bring great career gains, but it can also bring good news coming from groups of belonging and friends, or good developments, news and developments, because Mars is also about new plans of direction or action and how you can get some great career gains, right? But maybe it's incited through a friend saying, go this way, go that way. This is the direction to go for greater career gains, okay? This is kind of go this direction, like this way to Tucson, this way to greater career gains. Love up energy in the sky. Mars and Uranus means excitement in new directions, excitement in new decisions, excitement, unexpected developments that are positive. Alrighty. It's interesting because, even though Mars is in his fall, swimming in the watery zone of the Temple of the Moon in your 11th house, I'm not feeling particularly nervous about this for anybody. It is a sextile. So it's a little bit of good news coming through, good developments. Good, could be an email, a phone call, you know, a book publishing contract, a great grade, an upgrade, a scholarship for university, that kind of stuff. All right, finally, there is an eclipse this month, and I talked about it in all signs. I've been saying I'm not doing the eclipse here because I need to do 90 minutes on that. It's a big deal eclipse, but it is a full solar eclipse in the sign of Aries in your chunky money house, and it's got Jupiter involved, and it's opportunity, but it can also be an eclipsing of some kind of positive opportunity, but also it's got the North Node in the ninth house, father figures. I'm not going to mince words. If you're a Virgo rising, you could be looking at an inheritance because the eclipse will be both an ending and a beginning in an inheritance house with father figures who may or may pass. Grandfathers, fathers, I don't know, great uncles. Take your pick of father figures who could be passing away, leaving you some money over the 6 months that follow the eclipse, not on the day of the eclipse, not on April 20th, but maybe a couple weeks before, 6 months after. You're in the orb of like anything can happen here. But also, if you want to get royalty income, if you want to get money coming through from big tax rebates or a stock that's going to have a major payoff, those are potential 8th house monies as well. Okay. And having Mercury in an elemental earth year, you're supposed to do well financially, do well with your health. All right. Do well with your love life and pregnancy and fertility. This is your year for all of the earth sign energies of your 9th, 1st, and 5th house. Those 9th, 1st, and 5th houses are also aligning you more directly with your purpose in life. And so when I look at that, positive eclipse in the partial eclipse in your 8th house, it's not so bad because the eclipse is also involving the North Node with Mercury co-present in your 9th house of Lakshmi, luck, wealth, and prosperity. So it definitely has a feeling of temperedness that the Lord of your sign is sort of watching over the node that's involved in the eclipse within Aries, because the eclipse is both involving a North Node still in Taurus with the eclipse at the 29th degree of Aries. So it's blending two houses together. For you, it's about prosperity. Okay. I hope that made sense. I hope you got something from that. Again, new to my channel, like and subscribe. Please hit that notifications bell. Check out my description box for everything I'm offering. Yes, I do readings. I'm booked out though. I'm booked out until people are booking me September, October, November, but I blocked my calendar off in June, July, and August. And I'm opening up spots for June and July. And there's a wait list for that. And it's going out to my 200 people on the wait list already. It's going out on May 1st, and it's first come, first serve for limited spots in the month of June and July, because mostly I'm going to take all of mid-July to August off because I'm maybe moving and traveling and stuff like that. All right. Oh, I got through 6 videos in a row. Virgo, you're my 6th in a row. Recording on March 21st. Patreon gets this first. Check out why you want to be in my Patreon community in the description box below. Ad-free, early access, all my videos, plus 2 meetings with me a month on Zoom. All right. Ciao, ciao.